Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, I'm going to be showing you my newest custom, which is a Marvel Legends Jim Lee Cyclops. In my opinion, the best version of Cyclops by far. Gotta get that Jim Lee. That's what I'm saying. In terms of X-Men, Jim Lee. That's all there is to it. Thankfully, this customer commissioned a Jim Lee Cyclops, which I've been wanting to make for a while, and who knows if we're going to get a Marvel Legends one. There are rumors out there, and who knows if it's going to be any good. So he wanted to get one, and I was happy to oblige. So let's just get him off the stand, and we can take a closer look. Okay, so this guy's built on top of the new Marvel Legends body mold, which is that kind of middle one. It's not super bulky, it's not super thin, it's that one that the Grim Reaper used in Whirlwind and some of the caps and a couple other ones. And my customer really wanted that, and obviously I had to do some finagling to get it to work because Grim Reaper obviously doesn't have hands on both sides, and a couple of them have issues. So I had to do all of the glove and boot and leg straps myself. I sculpted those. I sculpted the belt and the pouches. And then I sculpted all of the harness, whatever you want to call that. And actually, on my Patreon account, I posted videos explaining how I did all of it in detail and some of the technical aspects to that. So if you're curious about that, you can check that out. But generally speaking, I just sculpted it all by hand with a what's it called? Fixit Sculpt. And I did that, and I hollowed out part of the torso to allow for the strap to go inside. So even when you lean it back or forward, which I'm not going to do right now because it's not that long since I finished painting it, and I don't want to handle it too much. But, well, I guess I can show you. If you lean him back, you can see that the strap goes in there. If you lean him forward, it still lines up, and the strap on the back is still in there. So it's all in there. He still maintains all of his original articulation, so I thought that was kind of important to do. So we did that. The blue is all a really dark blue with a lighter blue on top and then an even lighter blue on top of that to get that true Jim Lee, nice kind of vibrant blue. The yellow is what was it? Three different shades of yellow with not really a wash, even though it was a wash. I went in and painted the recessed areas specifically so that it didn't look dirty. I don't like it when people do a wash on a light color because it ends up just looking dirty. So I went in there specifically and gave him the shading he needed. We decided to go for the glossy red and black buckles on the belt and on the chest. And then my customer really wanted the gold, metallic gold for the chest harness, for the visor, and then for the little buckles on like the wrists and boots and everything, the little buttons. So that gave him a little bit of contrast. So you're probably wondering, what Cyclops head is that? It doesn't look familiar. And that's because it's not familiar. It's a new one. What I did was, we were going to originally use the old Toy Biz Cyclops head because it's pretty good, even though it looks a little strange. And it just didn't fit the body the way I wanted. It didn't have the proportions I wanted, so I cut the visor off of it completely. So that visor is partly from that original Cyclops, but I didn't really like the shape of it, so I resculpted all but the nose part of the visor, and of course where the red is in there, I left that alone. So I cut that off, I resculpted it, and I put it on this head, and this head is partly new and partly old. I actually took the jaw and nose, or the chin and nose, from a Captain America figure because it suits this guy, because it's a bigger mold, so having the square jaw and everything kind of fits it better without looking super boxy. So I did that. I resculpted the cheeks. I resculpted the front part of the cheeks and the top of the nose, most of the visor on the front, all of the visor on the sides, all of the back of the head, and then the forehead and the hair is all a new sculpt also. I wanted to give him that kind of comic-y hair with a little bit of realism, so each one of those little bits is done by hand. I put it in there and then I shaped it. And I think that gives you the best look. It can go for realism if you want it to, and it can also go for comic styling. So that's what I did. And I left you're probably wondering about this, I left the recessed part of the visor recessed on that original Toy Biz Cyclops because I wanted to include a bonus accessory. He didn't ask for this, I just felt like it'd be nice to have. So I made a little tiny visor piece that kind of snaps in there. Let's see if I can do it on camera. It just sits in there, and it gives him that little optic blast effect. So that will help him to just have a really nice kind of dynamic looking display. Oh, I also painted the lips, by the way. It's very important for those of you customizers out there, if you're just starting out, make sure you paint the lips. Don't leave them plain. You don't want him to look like he's wearing lipstick, but you need to have lips. And then last thing I want to talk about is just for the hands. In order to give him the optic blast hands, we decided to just use the Kung Fu hands from Iron Fist. So those are going to work well enough. He wanted those. They work fine. It looks like he's pressing buttons with those two fingers. So we have that. And then, of course, we also have the alternate fist hand, if you want to have a fist hand, which you already saw. Let's not knock that out. Which you already saw on this side. So there it is, guys. There's my Jim Lee Cyclops. I kind of wish I had one. Hopefully the Marvel Legends one isn't a total disaster. I would really love to have my Jim Lee X-Men collection finished off. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have new videos up every single day. We do custom figures, regular figure reviews, video games, TV, movies, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you subscribe. And in the meantime, keep collecting.